It's a great niche. I mean, like, the action movie and the special, like, with the like it's also great because it's the popularity of the martial arts. It's growing every year. So I think it's like, more attention. Now we see that even there was with the Conor McGregor the movie. I even didn't
Yeah.
watch. I don't know because
Roadhouse.
maybe
It's
I don't
called
like.
Roadhouse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
did you watch?
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it.
I even though cannot watch because like current version of Conor McGregor, like it's definitely inspired me, so I don't want to be connect so much. How about
Mhm.
UFC? Are you a fan of UFC?
Yeah, I watched some UFC. It's been a while since I watched it, but I've watched a lot of it, during growing up.
Because like there's special in USA, like there's so much opportunities for you because the collabs it also have a lot of sense, like especially with the people from MMA and everything. So and the people are like they it's the part of the game to be entertained and online and everything. So I think you have a lot of possibilities there, to also like at the collab, do it like some seminars together, and I think it's a good direction, especially for your business and for your future, right?
Thank you. Yeah, yeah, it is for sure.
Yeah. And have you ever been Thailand?
I've never been to Thailand, no. Maybe I
But
should
Muay
after
Thai.
this.
Yeah, man, like
Yeah.
Muay Thai, right?
Yes, of course. I did a little bit of it growing
Yes,
up.
yeah. So, this is the place to be if it's term of the Muay Thai definitely, even the vibe, even the people, Thai are super friendly. Like it's like you see the small guys basically, but they're like, have a 24, 5 years old and they have like 300 fights,
Oh wow, yeah.
Already, yeah, this is
That's
crazy because
awesome.
they start very early, so they train, whole week, they also do, class and everything, and like
Mm.
weekend they go fight, if a Saturday, Sunday they go fight, and the next day go again, for the train and everything, like so
That's
it's a
fun.
good to see the vibe, and I think like and there's so many fighters coming in here, right? And the
Mhm.
BJJ community it's also very big, we have a lot of competition, of course, and it's a big part of the business here, in terms of the it's total. There's Adesanya coming here, like Petrian, the Volkanovski have also gym here. So, Craig Jones also was here before. So like, many things happen here. So if
Sounds
you
like a
plan
great
your like a
community.
vlog, yeah, if you plan your vlog career, like and you can also, add something because it's like a like a
Oh yeah,
journey,
that would make a great vlog on my Instagram, especially, like traveling to Thailand, seeing what the Muay Thai is
Yeah.
like over there, something new for me.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah, and in the field you can, like I said, it's BJJ. It's also a big community here. Like Kabza Chimaev come, work out here because we have a big gym called the Tiger Muay Thai and the Bangtao and the Phuket, one of the island, which is like mecca of the fighters, like top fighters. The Valentina Shevchenko. Also, like she spent like 15, 20 years in basically she lived in Thailand, before. So
Yeah.
like Joanna Jacek also like before she stayed long time
Maybe one
here.
day I
So
could
it's
come do a seminar in Thailand.
yeah, man. Like I can
Yeah,
organize your seminar anyway. I have a
that'd be
big
great.
like a BJJ community here, so it's like a lot of things open. That's what I'm basically do, to be honest. It's the part of
Oh,
my
nice.
my project. Also, I want to connect with the people with the different skills, different possibilities, and basically we have. That's how I met also like last time the guy who fought Max Holloway, the with Chop, and then on the BJJ like it was like 3 days retreat when we go for some mountain area, workout, ice bath, like BJJ, some other activities. So it was also like a great, so maybe like this because I'm planning like connect like holistic things like a mind, body, soul, and I think you have something to talk to
Hmm.
the people. So man,
Okay,
tell me
yeah.
your let's go deeper. Tell me something about your fails. What's your biggest fail?
My biggest fail. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Man, I would say like I feel like it's hard to come up with like a failure, but I would say like sometimes when I'm like training, when I really try to work on my like jiu-jitsu and I train for something specific after such a long time, and then you run into that one tournament. And it's like, oh, you've been preparing so much for it, and then it's like, oh, you lose that fight after like you really been trying to like work on that, and it sucks sometimes. But then I would say like it's not. I wouldn't consider it a failure, but more like hey, I look back at it and then just go back to the gym and just focused on on how I lost and like what I did wrong, in that specific moment, to win the next one, just come back even harder, come back even better, and with a better mentality, right? So like I never like to think with a loser's mindset. Anytime I lose, I always stay positive. I always like to go back to the gym and just work on what I did wrong. But there's nothing wrong with failure. Anything you do comes with it. Can come with failure or success. I mean, failure is part of success, right? So I mean,
You know this, but it's not obvious for everyone, right? So
yeah, that's also true. So I mean, like for anybody that is listening to this podcast, I mean, there will be failure that comes with success. I mean, I've been through it many times, but I'm still successful, and I still will be in the future. I still have a lot. My goals are still gonna stay what I said. Nothing's gonna change, with anything I do, especially within the next 5 years. Still be successful.
how you motivate yourself or how you discipline yourself? Like, what's your concept about this one? What you believe?
I just believe like if you're gonna stick with a sport, like I like for me an example, I grew up with a lot of discipline, like growing up, especially from the East Coast. Like jiu-jitsu has really changed my life for me personally, and I would say like just around the people around me, like the coaches, the family I have with me, very supportive of just what I did. I know it could be a lot harder if you don't really have anybody that's that has your back. But I would say like me personally, I've had like therapy when I was younger because it was hard for me to kind of withstand everything, jiu-jitsu, like when it came to like, really trying to stay focused on the same path for so much amount of years I've been doing it, like the amount of training and the amount of work I have to put in to just as a young kid to stay in the game and to really grind and be successful as much as I want, like as I need to be getting older. It was difficult for me at a young age, so I went to therapy and tried to talk it out, and I needed some advice and some help, and that helped me get through some things personally growing up, and now that I feel a lot better about that at 21. Now I'm able to stay in, and I don't really have nothing else to. I don't overthink about nothing I used to as back then. But I just feel better about it now, especially because my parents. I talk to my parents a lot as well, and they also help me out with that. And especially my coaches, like they help me out with specific things. When it comes to like training on the mats. It also just keeps me like in check, keeps my mind straight. But I would say like support is number one for me.
So it's also like on every step you can experience like a burnout, right? Like like okay, like
Yeah,
where
burnout's
I am,
usually
what's going on,
Yeah, burnout's
and
usually a big thing in sports, I mean, it could be in any sport, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, boxing, anything. You're always gonna go through a burnout stage. I mean, if you don't, then it's huge congrats to you because a lot of people go through burnout stage. I would say like, they're mid-teenage years or even younger. So you never know. But for me, I almost did, but I stuck it through. I stick it through and
mm.
I feel better about it now.
How's your like routine, like a daily routine? Like you are still on the school?
No, I graduated 2021.
Oh, great. So you're
Yeah.
basically like full all in with your career, right?
Yeah, I'm full on in my career, full on jiu-jitsu,
Uh,
acting, modeling, all of that.
nice. So how
But yeah,
your like daily routine looks like,
daily
you wake
routine,
up and
yeah,
like
wake
why
up.
you wake up so early? Why you wake up so early?
Well, yeah, Monday through Friday, wake up 6 a.m. To sometimes some days would be like 9 a.m. Some days are different schedules. But I always wake up early no matter what because I like to get my early morning workouts in. It helps me stay motivated when I'm just waking up early, eating good. Like I'll have my chicken, I have some potatoes. I always have a healthy diet to stay, in shape and condition to do what I have to do. Like training, I have to be fit, I have to stay good, and especially on a competitive level. So that's how I have to live, and also because like I've had like some health problems in the past because I'd noticed that if I lacked jujitsu, if I didn't like train enough, or if I wasn't on the same, what do you call it? Basically, if I wasn't training a lot and I was just, let's just say if I was in the house and I wasn't doing anything or just didn't train for weeks, I had like or what do you call it? Like a heart problem where it wouldn't allow me to stay inside. So it's hard to put it, but basically my lifestyle involves having to work out all the time. I can't stay lazy.
So you basically like you try like you freeze yourself something like this. Like if you don't go to the routine, you basically like everything like like
It
stop
feels,
working or
yeah,
something.
it feels like off to me. Like I feel like lazy.
Mm.
I feel like I can't do anything. So I always like to stay active. I have to stay active. It's a part of me.
But it's also like your body or like your head mostly.
I feel like it could be like in my head. Like I feel like it could be a mental thing too. But I feel like my body also starts feeling like weak, start feeling like I feel off. I feel like sometimes I can't do anything because I just haven't been training as much. So I always like to stay active as much as I can, keeps my body strong, and also like mentally I like to stay ready and prepared.
Hmm.